And welcome to another fine edition of the Courtesy Flush. Tonight, we'll be continuing our adventures into the Tarant sewers.
Indeed!
That's right.
Sewers!
The Tarant sewers, where totally no explosions will happen and everything will work out just fine.
There are gonna be so many fucking explosions.
You know that the civil engineers who have worked on the city are going to be very upset at us.
Indeed, as they should be.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna...
it's civil engineers. I mean, what do they do, right?
What do they do?
What do they do?
What do they do?
All that math, and so that way you could sit there and go, I don't want that street there. Fuck you. You don't know. Anyway, let's go over to the stream.
They don't know shit. You know they don't. They don't. So, okay.
Sewer shocks.
Sewers. So, here's what we're gonna do. I've been wandering around buying bomb stuff.
Yeah.
But these people, as you may remember, this man stole from me.
Oh, yeah, he took your fuel last stream.
Well, I suppose I shall do my part to deprive him of his livelihood. Oh, wait. Am I even close enough? Ooh.
No.
It's jammed. My God. Her shit ain't good, though. Yeah.
Hey, Baker Base, yeah, we had a pretty darn good weekend, I'd say. Some delicious food was created on the forge that we have as a grill.
I smoked an assload of meat.
Yeah, it was totally an assload of meat. I mean, there was so much meat on that grill, and it was really good. He also did hickory smoke everything.
I hickory smoked everything.
Yeah, Tarant sewers, where nothing bad happens and the only explosions that happen come from the Chili Taco Bell combination shop outside the Target on Route 9.
Oh, well, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. No, I smoked everything.
The Rad Warehouse is a good place for a base. However, you're going to keep asking him. He's never going to answer your thing. That's just how it works, man.
What?
Katana Master. You know what he's asking you. You know, you've seen it. He's pretty much hit us up on every form of communication he could find for one question.
And what is that?
Oh, you don't remember?
No.
Homeworld Cataclysm when?
Sooner or later.
Sooner or later.
Sooner or later.
He doesn't have a due date on that. That's
I think
I made the mistake of saying that you had played it, and I know that.
Yeah, I really loved that game, but
Yeah.
the problem is there's this one guy on my YouTube channel. If you go to every single of my episodes, and I do mean every single one.
You have too many. You
Oh,
use
yeah.
the search function.
I know. If you go to every single one of my episodes of Homeworld that has come out.
I have to put in the YouTube tag negative bullshit.
Yeah, indeed.
Because that's how I get rid of everything.
Indeed.
Not like the word negative bullshit. I mean like negative, then the word bullshit.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get rid of like 90% of the content on your channel.
Thank you. So there's one guy, and I don't know what his deal is. But you know, I've been dealing with stress and shit in my life, dealing with a lot of heavy shit, dealing with a lot of negativity and a lot of bad things, and I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to, you know,
as you do,
just trying to have a good time. And every time one of those Homeworld episodes posts, and I am playing on normal difficulty with the community mod, which restores the Homeworld remastered to its original settings, minus the fuel consumption. And this one guy...
He's got to be the tomato in the theater, huh?
No, my God. You have no idea. This one guy has taken it upon himself to criticize every action I have taken and how easy it is and how good he is at Homeworld. And every time I read that, I just keep writing back to him and I go, hey, I know it's great that you're like the best Homeworld guy of all time. I think that's like fucking fantastic that you're really good at Homeworld. But I play games to do this thing called enjoy them. That's, just...
How fucking dare you, first of all?
Right, and...
How fucking dare you enjoy video games?
I know, it's
This
so
is
weird.
the most.
It's so fucking tragic.
What's the kid say? Elite? Is that the word?
It is so elite.
This is elite.
Yeah, so this
is
one,
a very tight run, bro.
You're gonna see so many of those Homeworld videos.
God.
Fuck it, watch this.
Hey,
you.
smooth skin. Ah, fuck, you burning my skin. Ah, what was left of it?
Alright, bring it over here, Zambles.
Is there anything you can create in this game that is similar to the MCLIC? I might be mispronouncing that. MCLIC. It's a rocket with C4 on a line behind it. Probably my favorite day at the demo range. Next to the 400 pounds of C4 that may have exceeded the range limit by 200 pounds. There are explosions that you can make in this game, but I think that you also end up in them yourself, which is bad.
Yeah, you do. You do end up fucking your shit up. And it's one of those things where you have to constantly look at the health of your items, because I have burned my own clothes off in this game more than once.
Yeah, Blaine makes a good point. Sounds like a classic actually guy.
He is, but his shit he says is so mean that when I'm already feeling...
Is it like that guy who talks shit? He was just like, fuck Mike's grandma. And I was like...
Yeah, he was like, no one wants to hear about your grandma. And I was like, I felt so bad you had to read that. Like, that really made me feel bad. I know you laughed.
I laughed because that's like the weirdly mean thing that someone could just say to someone.
I know. I mean, you're from the mean streets of Cleveland, and you're used to, you know, that sort of, you know, flim-flammery. But, I mean, I felt so bad.
You mean get my ass kicked? Yeah, this is the fucking meanest streets ever.
Well, yeah.
He's like, you're not allowed to enjoy games. That's illegal. They are there to be admired from afar. Dude needs a hobby more than just Homeworld anyway. Yes, Superior Daisy is a good point on that. Sounds to me like the classic case of the Kaiba kid needs to get laid.
Well, you have to understand this. The guy was... The way he keeps saying stuff is just mean, and it's mean in that overly technical sense where I start to read into it. And like I said, I am currently in therapy for stuff, so it just hit me in the wrong way.
That was a good one.
Thank you. But it just hit me in the wrong way. And so I'm like, do I really want to play Homeworld through again with someone like that out there waiting?
Well, now he's fucking put on blast, so he has to deal with you know, other people calling him out. Whenever he posts, don't go after people. That's
no. I'm not trying to turn anybody onto somebody. That's the last thing I want. I don't want that.
Tex, I'm just gonna save you some time. I'm currently playing this, and even with the expert lockpick plus auto pick, I can't still can't ever get the store chest to open.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was Mechanicus on duty.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard. Don't worry about it.
Yogg's like double checks my YouTube account. Oh, thank God it's not me. Yeah,
I don't mind if someone's like, hey, you could have done this, or hey, here's how a mechanic works. I think that's a great pointer. I'm like usually really thankful for that. When people are like, hey, did you know you can do this mechanic? They don't teach it to you till later. And I'm like, oh shit, thanks. That saved me some time. I'm usually thankful for that.
Yeah. What does Tex think of the 357 SIG round?
I think it's an interesting round. The issue I find with it is, one, the price, and two, the barrel life issue, especially in 226s, when you want to run it hot enough to actually get the 357 Magnum performance out of it. Because 357 SIG in a 226 can actually mimic 357 performance out of a Smith & Wesson 586. But when you want to run it that hot, the barrel life issue becomes a problem. I mean, it tends to shoot the barrels out in about 5,000 rounds, which, if you got more money than sense, that's fine. But, you know, before ammo became as expensive as, like, baby tears, And-
Trust me, those are still cheap. You can get baby tears quite easily.
Oh, well, thank you.
I got a guy.
You do. Cleveland. So, yeah. Actually, I'm going to do...
Alchemist Fire is just a spicy health potion that heals you for negative damage. Why are you not hurting yourself with Molotovs? Are you impervious to flame?
No, I'm getting lucky.
Yeah. That guy sounds like a jerk. My sympathies. I am satisfied knowing the Homeworld Cataclysm is on the list, and we'll stop with Catotactics. Carthago delenda est.
Carthage must burn, or Carthage must die. It was the motto of the Roman Senate during the height of Carthage to justify the war.
And
Tex knows Latin.
We need more Hiss Horse Thief Fireball. Oh my God, Lord Troa _03. That was so fucking funny. Oh my God. Let me see. Click here and ban. No, I'm kidding.
Hold on. No one's impressed that I know classical Roman Latin.
I am always impressed by that.
I'm just saying.
You speak Latin randomly at me, and I'm supposed to be like, yeah.
Carthago delenda est. It was the motto of the Roman Senate during the heyday of Carthage to justify the conflict. Because, and believe it or not, the final Punic War was brought on by a Roman senator walking into the Senate. He walked into the Senate, and he held a ripe fruit, and he said, "As our grapes wither on the vine, Carthage is reborn anew." And when he said that, people realized that if Carthage prospered, Rome would die. Carthago delenda est.
I have a feeling someone in that audience would have been like, "Boo! Do a trick!" No, I'm kidding. He probably would have had him executed.
Tex is a historian.
You are. This has inspired me to do my own playthrough, though with the newer fan patch. Yeah, well, if you weren't running on Windows 8.1, you're probably going to have a great time. I'm running Tex on a Windows 8.1 with the vanilla from GOG. And if you're like, oh, why Windows 8.1? Because it was free. Okay, I got it for free.
We're running this on a laptop. I mean, our Franken setup, anyone who ever joins us here is going to find our Franken setup pretty wild.
Everyone's like, wow, you do a thing, and it sounds good, looks good. And it's like, you look in the living room, and it's like, just don't step on anything, you'll be all right.
There's like 800 wires.
Yeah, it looks like the 80s version of like the Matrix in here. Yeah, right, Mike. Why would you have a grandmother? Jeez. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about Federal Air... Oh, I missed that. Oh, man, you guys are fast. Federal Air Marshals use it, but wasn't really sure why.
You know, I'm not really sure why either. If you were an air marshal on a plane, I would not want a hot, fast round like a 357 SIG. And what I would want is something like a 38, no, not a 380. I would say I'd probably want a 38 Special using Keith-style semi-wad cutters hard cast because they wouldn't go through the fuselage. Just an observation. I'm going to leave the sewers now because I'm out of Molotovs.
You're going to have to get some more rags.
Not only that...
Carrick says, to be fair, you're well-learned, Tex. I don't think anybody would be surprised that you know something.
Well, you have to understand.
At least the people that know you, yes.
I have a bachelor's degree from a state school, and I have a master's degree from another state school. So I don't have a fantastic education. Most of my reading, especially that which I enjoy, has been done on my own time. I'm not the sort of person who sits there and goes, oh yes, because of my vast education, I know all these things. I've self-educated for the most part. In fact, I'm rereading a wonderful book, which I think you guys, if you want to actually learn something fairly interesting, it's called The Winter King. It's about Henry VII, who started the Tudor dynasty against all odds. By the way, this is one of the easiest ways over here
to get out of Tarant,
to get out of Tarant without having to go across the bridge.
To Torak says, wasn't this the guy who died before Carthage was destroyed entirely so that his son got to continue the tradition of demanding the destruction of Carthage at the start of every Senate meeting?
Correct. Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct on that. It's one of those things in especially the earlier Roman Senate where justification for conflict was something that was hereditary. You know, these people have always been our enemy. How can we rest assured? Blah, blah, blah. So, pardon. Mike, if you would.
It looks like this is the end for you. No one escapes the Molochian hand. It would have been better if you would not survive that crash of the Zephyr.
You will be sorry you ever found me, fool. Die.
Death to all who was marked by the Molochian hand.
Well, are you bulletproof?
Nope. Actually, it might have bounced off his fucking jacket a little bit.
Well, if you're shooting black powder, you're talking low-velocity bullets, and they can be stopped by fabric quite easily. These guys usually have a little bit of gold on them and an okay dagger, which is worth some money, but the armor is the big money maker. The other guy.
Is that tree yelling at you? No. That was just a guy. As you saw, the Molochian hand can jerk the Molochian dick. Die, you fools! Nice. Yes. Oh, the wolf just goes, "Hey, man, you gonna eat that? Oh, all right."
I was woken up this morning by the fucking birds that Mike has fed, and I'm just going to say this. That is the most amazing thing that's happened this week.
Yeah, it's a Monday. So Tex is the godfather of an entire family of Cardinals.
All right, let's back up. Let's back up. Mike is feeding the birds in the backyard.
I am.
He said the backyard.
I am the bird social worker. You have adopted as godfather an entire family of Cardinals.
Why me?
Because you're the closest thing to a godfather they've ever had.
Why godfather? Why are you using that term?
Well, you can't be their actual father unless you want to be like some kind of weird bird person.
That's the way to show those bastards.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Godfather's fine. Feeding the ducks? No ducks. We don't have a pond near us, I don't think.
No. So Mike has been feeding the birds in the backyard, and this morning there was this tap, 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 and I think, oh my God, we've got a water leak. That was my first thought.
Yeah, it was just tapping away. It actually woke, or I was in my room after a phone call, and I heard it myself, and I came out here and I saw this bird just tapping away at our kitchen window. And it was the mama Cardinal, and she was just letting us know, hey, there ain't no fucking seed out here.
Yeah?
She has an accent. Ain't no fucking seed out here. How am I supposed to feed all my kids? You're the worst godfather ever. And so I went out there and I told her to get the fuck out of here, and I put some seed out, and I was like, I'm sorry. Sorry for yelling.
No, it's fine.
That's what I told her.
Yeah, so I just thought it was hilarious. Mike's fed the birds, and now they actually tap on the window like, hey, guess what? Wake up.
Yeah. Tex, I know how you feel about that Homeworld guy. I get the same thing whenever I tell someone that Sonic 06 and Shadow the Hedgehog are in my top favorite Sonic games.
Okay.
It's because they're fun.
Hold on. Let me back up. I don't understand the Sonic thing.
You don't have to. He's basically saying, it's a similar thing that he has to face when he says, because they're regaled as some of the worst in the series.
Really? Because I'm just trying to preface it with like, I don't know.
And and those people who like it really do get, kind of treated weirdly by the community. I know this because Crash was on stream and he played them. And he explained how much he likes Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, but also how much he doesn't like certain things and all this stuff. And we know that, the internet community just absolutely just hates that game. So
why is that?
It's not a very good game, for one.
Well, in what way? Like what?
Technically, the technicals of the game are quite hard to, for anybody to get into. You have to be like a real fan to really care about trying to learn its maneuvers and things that are just jank to anybody else. So it's basically he's trying to say, you know, I understand. There are people out there who will watch you play a game like Sonic and go, oh, you didn't do this. You didn't get that 100%. I
Well,
did the
fuck 'em.
100%. Yeah, exactly. And that's what we tried to tell Crash when we were playing, because he was getting really weirded out. He was like, oh, man, I didn't get this 100% on this level or the A rating or whatever. And we're just like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who really cares? There's no...
For one, it's a platform game. And
Yeah.
platform gaming is all about that timing shit. You know, when you're like 15, you got all that timing down, your hand-eye coordination's fine. You could be a brain surgeon or a drone pilot, and then you're like me. You suddenly hit, 36, and you're like, I'm at my midlife. Holy shit, I've not done enough. And so, when you start worrying about, like, hedgehogs, you realize your life is in an interesting place.
Yeah. Sounds fun to me. I'm only 3 years away. This is fine with me.
I'm just saying, man, I looked at myself the other day in the mirror, and it's all gray hair and fucking haggard looking, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
I've
you had
aged
that...
like milk.
You had the look.
I know. It's okay.
You had the look.
I
You
have
couldn't get it off your face, even if you tried.
Disco Elysium. All right, so here we
It
go.
looks like the end of you. No one escapes the Malachian hand. It would have been better if you have not survived the crash of the Zephyr.
You'll be sorry you ever found me, fool. Die!
Man, we about to fuck your shit up.
Whoa. All right, so I'm looking at them. We got a level 5 guy, 2 level 5 guys, and a
Cloaked
level 2
figure
guy.
to hit 80%. Nice. Yeah, you're going to screw these guys up pretty good.
Yeah, they're not that great.
Stab the little man.
Dude, stabbing a dwarf would be hard. They're all muscle, they're short.
Dwarfs are very dangerous across short distances, as you know.
Well, that is from Lord of the Rings.
Yes. So Wotan recommends Pioneers of France in the New World by Francis Parkman. Much older, 19th century, but very interesting history of France's attempt to colonize the New World.
Oh, that sounds delightful. One of my favorite books is Thunder in the East, if you've never read it. It's a really interesting study on the Soviet front in World War II. It dispels a lot of what people were taught.
Hello.
Especially in American schools, especially about World War II. And it is really, really interesting. Thunder in the East, I think it's by Maudsley, is probably one of the best second-rate sources, I should say, for, oh my god, look at all these wolves.
It's okay. You 40% to hit, partly because Virgil's in the way.
I know, but Virgil is not going to stand up to this, see?
Yeah, Paul Houston says, I look like I have a life story myself. Some shipping damage on me, too. In your thing about midlife.
I've been seriously hurt,
Wait,
sir.
but I'm a brain
Please
piloting a
help me.
meat suit through a skeleton that is then turned piloting a drone via a device coded in processed dinosaur. The future is weird. Look at the fact that Crash was able to do all the fucking Sonic games in like 1 or 2 sessions. I mean, fuck, that's impressive, and half the joy is just playing the fucking game and fucking around. Exactly. That's what we were trying to get at home. He's got, it's hard for him to... He comes from a very competitive community, the Smash community, if you're familiar with it. And those people are they can be very aggressive and toxic at times. And
I've been seriously hurt.
Oh, Virgil is dead.
And so you shall follow him. Yeah. They're biting my rings. Oh, that will... oh, no, but you get to survive. Look at that. But I don't think you can... you could bring him back, unless they don't need you. Never mind.
Oh, shit. And I'm back in the sewers.
Yeah. Yeah, being comfortable in your
Fuck.
skin. That's what you can look forward to in your midlife.
See, I was talking about somebody about relationships the other day. I said, when you're 20, when you're 18 years old, You got a bit of freedom, got a little bit of money in your pocket. And you start looking at women, you know.
Yeah.
If you're like me and you're heterosexual, or you know, if you're gay or whatever, whatever. When you start looking at the opposite
When you're a whatever,
sex, yeah,
and you're looking at a whatever.
Yeah. And you know, when you're 18 or 20, you start looking at them for their attributes, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So
You start looking at the character sheets really closely.
Right. And so you start looking at stuff like, oh God, Virgil knows into poison now. Because your characters do level up, which is actually quite nice in this game.
Yes. I kind of wish she had more control, though, in that aspect.
Oh my God, yes.
Because I like that about Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh God, that was... Oh, Mike, question. Can we play Knights of the Old Republic next?
Yeah, sure.
Can we?
I think it's actually still installed.
I know you played it with other people, but can I do a playthrough?
Okay, in Naresar's defense, that was his first time ever playing it, and he beat it.
Okay, well, what?
So that was
what?
And we took basic.
Okay, well, I didn't watch all of his playthrough. I watched some of it.
And he went with a light side player, and
Okay.
he did force push build.
Okay, yeah, solid, very solid.
And he just pushed everybody into the wall until they were nothing but pancakes.
Okay.
That was his whole maneuver the whole game, up into the very end. He even pushed Malik.
Okay, I need to load again because
Yes.
Virgil died. So, okay. How light side? Every light side?
I think he just focused on that, really. Just light side. Yeah, everything with light side. He didn't pick a dark side option. He just wanted to play like the classic Jedi choices.
No, that's fine. I mean, everyone gets to be their own
But I know
Jedi.
exactly why you want to play Knights of the Old Republic.
Why is that?
For one line and one line only. And I'm not going to say it because I want it to be a surprise when we play it. But it's a good line.
Time to die, Bugface.
Tom subscribed for 13 months. Tex can't hold his farts in. Wow.
Tom, I tell you what. Next vacation, I might come visit you. How's that sound?
Yeah.
I'll show up to where you live, because I know your license plate, Tom. I know where you live. I'll show up, and you know what? We're gonna watch Petey Wheatstraw, the devil's son-in-law.
Petey Wheatstraw.
Petey Wheatstraw.
The devil's son-in-law. Yeah, that's good.
Tom is probably like, I need to move.
The day I knew I was maturing when I realized I was looking at women's ring fingers first before talking to them.
No, sorry. Back to my previous point.
All beards are good, Paul. Yeah, well, except for mine. Mine's still in its adolescence, and I'm in 33. So anyway,
I've been able to grow a beard since I was. Oh,
yeah. Thank you for the courtesy. Although I don't know why it's not showing up on.
I've been able to grow a beard since I was 14. And that's been a problem because that means I've been able to buy alcohol since I was 14.
Yes.
But yeah, so one of the things is when you're like 18 or 20, for those of you guys out there that are younger, and I'm not sure how many of you are, but when I was 18 or 20, I would look at women as, you know, I mean, you can look at whatever, because I'm a heterosexual dude, and I know that nowadays there's like 1,800 things. Hold on, we're about to get waylaid by
You don't have to label yourself, and you just like whatever you like.
Yeah.
Oh, you're about to get jumped by these guys?
Yeah. Yes, what do you want?
Maybe
What can I do for you?
Maybe you're so ugly, they're just like, I'm not fighting that.
Dude, if they want to fucking throw down, I got Molotov cocktails. Oh, here we go.
It's a dirt-loving dwarvish toad thinking he can waltz right through our section of town without paying the piper. Cuff up 25 coins, you bearded dog.
And if I don't?
Then you'll taste the edge of my blade, dog.
Well, I'd prefer to watch your life bleed from your ugly corpse.
Hey, man, that wasn't very nice. That's what he says. He's like, hey, man, I'm actually quite sensitive. He's quite mean.
More gold, Your Majesty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Manotar. For the 100 pennies. I'm going to figure out why the browser isn't doing its thing, though. But, yeah, you're making a point.
Sorry. Thank you for keeping me on track. So, when I was 18 or 20, you look at a woman for their character sheet, you know, you look at them assets, you're like, oh man, I want a girl with big tits, or I want a girl that's pretty. I want a girl that, you know, is thin or whatever.
You,
oh no.
Yeah, you make.
Oh man,
know.
I got knocked down and Virgil got knocked down. Fuck,
Yeah.
I'm having nothing but setbacks. And because you're knocked out, you actually can't load. Little known fact about Arcanum.
Okay,
Fuck.
so
when
you just end up, you know, focusing on something unconsciously.
No, it's just one of those things. You're like, I like sex. But then when you get older, when you get to my age, you're like, you know, it would be great if I could meet a girl who can make good meatloaf. Or it would be great if I could meet a girl who could recognize the signs of a stroke.
That's good. That's too good.
I'm just saying, it's oh my god, I got knocked down.
All right.
Jesus.
Let's see if that fixes that. That was
Next game I will play with you on the courtesy flush. Either we play Knights of the Old Republic, or you and I both have laptops, and we play Neverwinter Nights.
actually. I don't think I needed to fix anything. I'd be down with it. I honestly would be fine with that.
Well, which?
I don't know about making a choice right now, but I think either will be fine with me. Sorry, I'm trying to...
Or you and I co-op all of Diablo 2.
Okay. Like the entire game?
The entire game. Dude,
You
I could get you through Diablo 2 in 5 games.
Okay.
If you listen to what I said.
I did. You can get me through the entirety of Diablo 2 in 5 games. Alright, I think I fixed it.
It would be probably 15 hours altogether.
That's not bad. I think that's pretty good for Diablo 2.
Why don't you guys, you know what? Let's let chat decide.
I've been with Mecca for, 9 years now? Married to 2 years now. The only thing that always pisses me off is people who just get all kinds of angsty about dating and relationships and shit. Yeah. Spent many years on a Neverwinter Nights persistent server.
Oh man, Neverwinter Nights
Never
persistent
Summer.
server. Oh, those are so awesome. They were like mini MMOs.
You guys, I never made it to the end of Diablo 2. Oh, for shame, Wraith.
For shame. But no, Neverwinter Nights persistent servers were like mini MMOs. They would have essentially modules created by the community.
Yeah.
And then they would also have DMs roaming around, creating adventures and stuff that were actual players, which was really cool.
But can you play through KOTOR as a Neverwinter Nights module? I don't think so.
You'd be surprised.
I spent too many years. Yeah, I see that now. Going back through. Sorry, I was looking at that other stuff trying to fix the thing. No, looks like we have Diablo 2. Diablo 2. Neverwinter Nights.
KOTOR is in
KOTOR.
my top 5, and for a good reason.
Yeah. I want Diablo 2 played at the same time as KOTOR. I could set that up, but
that would be weird. Like one half of the screen is KOTOR, and one half of the screen is Diablo 2.
Mm-hmm. Or it'd be multicam, where it's like, all right, let's cut on over to the text cam.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I do have the technology to make that happen.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
KOTOR 2 Restored Edition.
I prefer vanilla. I
I
know
also
there's a
don't-
lot of mods out there, but you know what? I know these guys are about to jump me, so I'm just going to start shooting. Okay, they're hating me now. These guys all have hammers, which actually drains fatigue, which is really interesting. So
We're gonna need to get some better explosives.
yes.
Diablo 2 and Neverwinter Nights are both great choices. However, KOTOR is KOTOR. Can I rebuild him and make him faster and stronger? I don't know. I can probably move to 1, but not the other 2. It's the same screen. Both games are superimposed on each other. Oh my god. So we call it the curse stream. We get everybody in the Legion to play a game, and then we just superimposed all, like, you know, all the members' games at the same time over top of each other.
I would hate that so much.
And we could sell it to like a museum as like an art piece.
Ugh. Look at Virgil walking all slow.
April 1st, the curse stream.
Oh man, I am getting it.
So you were making a point about liking ladies.
Well, yeah, I said that, you know, the older you get, the more you realize the important shit is not so much the impulse, because when you're young, it's all about those impulses. Like
you got
want a
new
lady,
things forming in your body, and
yeah, well, you just go, I want that lady that's attractive. I want that lady that makes a lot of money. I want a girlfriend that has this, or, you know, whatever. But
you killed my. Oh no, you didn't. I was gonna say you killed his friends.
But when you get older, you start going, I like somebody who knows how to make meatloaf. I like somebody who knows how to make a goddamn conversation last an hour. I like somebody who likes the movies I like.
You need a button that plays a stock explosion effect on the screen and a sound. I can do that. It's a button I can make. Absolutely. That's.
I am getting murdered by orcs.
I see that. Maybe you should be walking on this side of town.
Well, it's the way out, but there's actually a way around it.
Yeah, let's go around it, because you're not going to win. I mean, not yet.
And this is interesting. So here's what we do is we go to morning.
Yeah, because they're not going to be there in the morning.
Here's what we also do. Open my globe decanter and pour me 2 fingers of the liquid in there.
All right. Sure thing.
The globe. Sorry. I hate to take Mike away from the couch, but Mr. Tex has had a pretty rough Monday, and Mr. Tex would like to have a booze. And I think that's acceptable. My 3rd drink of the evening, and probably where I'm going to stop. After that, I'm going to have some water, maybe some sleepy time tea.
All right. Tex now has his gamer fuel, and he's ready to go.
I was going to say, like, you know, you could say that with, like, a gold chain and a gun, but Twitch would ban you for having a gun.
Yeah, you could probably drink alcohol on Twitch, but you cannot drink. You cannot wave around a firearm.
It's because that one guy, like, shot his monitor, wasn't it?
Oh, God, I didn't know that. I have no idea the reason why. I mean, I guess it kind of plays into that whole axiom about if they make a sign about it, someone probably did it.
Well, there was a guy who had a negligent discharge into his computer and monitor live on a stream, and he's like, it never does that. And it's like, well, it's got bullets in it. It's gonna go. It's a gun. Guns do that, you know. Guns go bang.
I know it's a quirk of the isometric system. Hold on, let me bring it back up. Yes, it does up here. As mentioned, but Turbo Gumby Action Force over there walking away from the camera just makes it look like Taco Farts has a bathroom to get up north. Globe Decanter, how fucking classy. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It looks like a Bond villain thing.
Yeah, I look, that's where I keep the fancy booze. In the
Yes, you do.
Globe Decanter.
It's also terrible for pouring. I mean, it's a great globe, but it is horrible for pouring.
Yes, it is. It is. It's very delicious booze. It's a motherfucker to put the booze in it, and I keep it in there. It actually makes it breathe real nice, but it's so bad.
What about knives? Are they allowed? No, probably not.
No.
Unless you're doing if you're gonna do something with knives and swords and stuff, just do it on YouTube, because Twitch is far more strict about violent things on their platform than YouTube is. And I'm not trying to make a commentary on that. That's just the rules that they have, and I'm not going to try to,
Like, if you want to be an e-thought and you want to, like, dance around. And
okay, I wasn't going to say it, but yeah.
No, it's just, if you want to do that, Twitch
is your home.
Twitch is your friend. Like, YouTube will go, this is not acceptable for monetization. But, if you want to do that, Twitch is your friend. But if you have, like, swords or armor or anything like that, Twitch is going to freak the fuck out. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess that's Bezos' thing.
Sired says, the fuckhead in question pulled the slide, ejected the mag, and then put his booger hook on the bang bang switch while trying to look cool. Wow. Awesome 8Q decanter. Someone go get on it. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool idea. It's the giant awesome that you just pour. No, out of the Steina that it has in its hand.
No, that's the Atlas I have. There was a guy, and he has a YouTube channel, and it's called Battleborn. Tuck Davion, his YouTube channel. If you've not checked it out, that is a really cool YouTube channel. He actually went out of his way to send me on vacation.
What schematic you just buy, by the way?
Medical arachnid.
Oh, nice.
It's very rare.
You mean mechanical?
No. Medical.
Oh my god, I didn't know that was in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like the healing bot from Space Station 13.
Yes.
Okay. I never knew that.
So, he is the guy who actually paid to send me on vacation. He started to GoFundMe to send Tex on vacation, and I was, like, embarrassed by it. I was hugely embarrassed by it because I never take vacations. And he insisted, and I went on a vacation, which was my first in, like, 4 years. Mm-hmm. And he's a really cool guy. His YouTube channel is Battleborn, and he actually does full BattleTech playthroughs on his channel, Tabletop. But he also does
game.
Yeah, he does interviews with people about BattleTech, which is
he travels around, goes to different game stores.
It is so fucking cool. It is so fucking cool. So yeah, look, I also learned Miracle Cure.
Oh, that's a good one to have.
Yeah, but where is the medical arachnid? Not the goggled helmet. There. See?
Yeah, medical arachnid.
If I can get a mechanized that,
we know where those are, though. We can get a couple.
A few. They're not that common.
No. All right. Does Tex have a Saurian Brandy decanter bottle? No, that would be fucking cool, though.
I know where to get one.
That would be kind of cool. That also looks like it'd be shit to pour with.
Yeah.
What were you drinking? What was in that?
Well, this is a 12-year-old Lagavulin.
Hmm.
A little bit of scotch. Just something to end the day with. Something that pairs fine with good company and fine mayhem.
E-Thoughts are apparently losing to those 3D character Twitch channels or so.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I had seen that. I'd actually seen someone show me the metrics of where they're actually losing ground. And I'm laughing my ass off because a lot of those are dudes with voice changers. Which is great.
The true meaning of girl.
Guy in real life.
Yep. I always joke about that. I'm like, girls don't exist, but I sincerely hope they know I'm joking because I tend to be a little weird, I guess.
We've got girls in the BPL, and
yeah,
we have girls in our online club.
Yeah, that's right. In
they're real.
Our treehouse, they're real.
They're real girls.
Not made of cardboard. Not this time.
No,
we threw out the cardboard girls a long time ago.
Yeah,
they cheated on me.
Yeah, well. Oh my God. So I had I had a guy who talked to me and he was like, there's girls in the BPL, and I'm like, yep. They're just as much dudes as the rest of us dudes.
Yeah, well,
they really are.
As Kel Mitchell put it, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, hey.
Yeah, well, that's just the way I prefer it. I mean, we're there to game. We're not there to be weird toward each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are there to be weird to each other.
Well, but in the fun gamer way, where we're just like, okay, everyone pop quiz. You can have a spell, and let's use D&D spell rules. Once a day, you can cast the spell. 100% cast the spell. No verbal or somatic component requirements. And this spell, if you cast it once a day, will give you either infinite onion rings. Well, not infinite. Let's say 20 pounds of onion rings.
That's a lot of onion rings.
Yes, it is. Or 20 pounds of fresh, hot bread of your choosing. Which would you choose? And then there will be an angry debate in the BPL for like an hour where people start talking about, well, onion rings get gross after an hour, but bread is good the next day.
Yes.
And it just goes and goes and goes, and I'm fine with it because I love those sorts of arguments. I wonder what people in the chat would choose of those two.
Fresh hot bread. Some Nickel Jack says onion rings. Psyduck, of course, wants that fresh bread. I wonder why. Fucking ducks can't get away from them, man. Always want your bread. Fresh hot bread. I'm just messing with you, man. The bread, it's no question. Bread. 20 pounds of the yummies. 20 pounds of vodka. Okay, well, apparently vodka is now a solid.
No.
Yeah. Bread, hands down. I guess if you drink enough of it, it'll eventually make you a solid.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Fresh bread. Sell the excess. Can I cast the bread into people? So can you, like, cast it and you're like, ooh, my belly's all full.
No.
Lots of people using the bread as an emote, which is a weird thing, I guess. I have to say bread, but god damn it, now I want some fucking onion rings. Fresh hot bread with good butter. It looks like bread. Onion rings are gross. Okay. I didn't know bread could be good for the locals. Onion rings would be good for the tourists, merchants, and nobility. So Blaine's apparently already got his strategy game brain on.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
That's how I'd do it. Bread 100. You can get powdered alcohol now. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I've tried that. It's gross.
You can add the onion rings to the bread. No, you only get to pick one. Fresh bread, use leftover to make the onion rings. If cats are liquid, why can't vodka be solid? Well, here's the thing. Cats are technically real and not real. It's a weird, physics thing I can't explain. Is it an arbitrary style choice or a fixed choice? Because I would argue that bread is more stable choice, but the rings would make for a better general materials for an adventure world. Good rings trump good bread, but bad rings are the worst, while the bad bread is just kind of meh. Yeah, he's got a good point there. If rings are bad, nobody wants them, but if bread's bad, you kind of go, eh.
You make a sandwich.
Or you could do what Steve MRE did, just pour water into
That was a fucking goddamn nightmare. I was so fucking mad when I saw that.
Steve MRE, just so you guys know, I'm sure you probably, most of you already know who he is, but he's a guy who reviews MREs on YouTube, so go check him out because he's fucking wholesome as shit. However, in this one video, he had lost text almost completely. I want to say, because I don't think you're totally out yet.
No.
But he opened up a package of crackers,
No. Here, okay.
Biscuits.
Okay.
And he poured water into them, and he's like, that's going to make a nice bread pudding. And then he ate it with the soft biscuits. And
No.
I get that might be that's like adding hot dogs to fucking SpaghettiOs, man.
Right.
You don't do that.
If I had hard fucking crackers, and I said, you know what'd make these hard crackers good? Just wetting them with just fucking water. He was a monster. I saw into his dark heart briefly.
Well, as he says constantly, hey man, you gotta live dangerously.
Well, yeah, I mean, he eats shit that is just rancid with botulism.
In that same episode, he also ate rancid fish, so yeah, that was a weird one. I don't think he knew it was rancid. I mean, he should have.
He said it smelled off.
You could see it. It was fucking rancid.
I don't think you could see it. I think that's just what fish looks like once it's been in package for a while. But when he says it smells rotten.
Yeah. Give MRE Steve 1989 a break. I'm pretty sure his brain is cracked from all the stuff he eats. That's fair. Wait, is that better or worse than soaking your rings to make an onion pudding? Oh my god.
Oh, that's bad. See, now, there's some things I'm intrigued by. There's some things I'm actually intrigued by, like when he has the 100-year-old cigarette or whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't smoked a cigarette in many years.
But a 100-year-old cigarette.
Oh, I'd try it. You know, I enjoy the occasional cigar. It's very rare. It's very rare that I have a cigar nowadays. Mm-hmm. But I would actually smoke a 100-year-old cigarette. I would say, oh, well, aged tobacco. And it was like Victorian-era cigarette. That sounds like a really interesting experience.
Isn't that how they ate hardtack in the Civil War, though?
No. In fact, what you're referring to, where they talk about somewhat semi-liquid in terms of hardtack, would be something they did in the South called sloosh, which is where they would fry their bacon up.
You need health, by the way.
I know. They would fry their bacon up. Nice. They would fry their bacon up in a pan, and then they would put their cornmeal in that bacon, and they would wrap it around the guide rod, or the did that guy try to attack from a distance?
I think so.
Yeah, they would wrap it around the ramrod, and then they would fry it kinda over the fire, and they called it sloosh. That was actually kind of common in the American South.
So they made a primitive corn dog?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I wonder what Steve eats when he isn't trying an MRE. Probably real food, because MREs tend to be pretty bad for, not like bad for you, but more like you are not regular.
No,
you will need to eat something to supplement. I like how this boar just walks right up to you. He doesn't even like fucking fight. He just trots right up. He wants some of that sauce. Isn't that what sailors do with hardtack? Smash them up, mix them with water, and bake them?
As far as I know, no. Because we haven't had hardtack in a naval ration for a very long time.
It's not much different from making sausage gravy still. Just add flour and crumble sausage back in. Yeah.
I'm just saying, when you take a chocolate biscuit
and you mix
douse it with the water in the package,
and you go, this will make a fine bread pudding.
This is bread pudding. I just had a moment of brain stroke.
Oh
I
yeah,
said-
he was sitting here. Tex was just sitting here, like eyes wide, and just like head on his hand or hand on his head, and he's just sitting here watching this in horror. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, don't eat the fish. Don't eat the fish. Oh, he's eating the fish.
I'm just wondering if, maybe COVID isolation got to the poor man.
Yeah, that's a good point. You've been saying that for a while. He has been getting a little bit
Weirder.
yeah, but that's okay.
And that's fine. I'm just a little worried.
Save it after making it to town.
I agree.
Yeah. Thank you, Poop Boots. Oh, Ryder makes a good point. I get the problem. He should have used milk instead of water.
That would be a lot more smart. But
Yes.
that's not what he did.
No. Damn it, now I feel bad. I was going to make me and Mecca sausage gravy with biscuits, but the Volvo's alternator went bad and I have to change it out. The old belt's on her as well. I see.
Well, I tell you what. One of these days, Mike and I will come out and visit.
Yeah.
And
Oh, sired.
I will make... Oh, no, well, I know when he says Mecca, that's...
Yeah. Somebody you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not dropping names. But, yeah, I'll make my grandma's recipe.
What can I help you with? What's the
Yeah,
tale? My father told me anything.
Expert in throwing. This is the lady whose father is the rightful ruler of this land, but the shit king we found last time.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I'm always happy to train a fellow warrior. You know that tradition, I must charge you 500 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So you hold the object with your hand.
So the master throwing person is in Blackroot, but I am now an expert in throwing, which means my bombs are that much more effective. But-
When MREs are concerned, the shit stops here.
No, I'm just saying, like, when it comes down to MREs, oh, this is the man I murdered. I feel bad, but not really.
No, but his stuff is still getting stocked, right?
No, not really.
Really?
Oh,
You can always try.
why is that locked?
Military rations may decrease bowel movements. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry suggests that a diet of MREs may contribute to a dwindling frequency of BMs. Which I can attest to eating it during training, a lot of them, and not having to go poop for a very long time.
What was your favorite and least favorite MRE, Mike?
Well, I was in 2008, so I had the vomit several times, and it was disgusting. As the name suggests, the vomit is an omelet that they packaged in an MRE, but they did a poor job of making it. That, and I also do not like eggs normally, so it was doubly worse for my case. The one I like the most, if I remember, I think it was like the beans and rice, or maybe it was like the pizza one. I don't know, because the pizza one was like an Oscar Mayer like Lunchable.
Yeah.
But I also like the pasta one. If you cook it right, it just tasted like Chef Boyardee. Like, it didn't really. These are not good for you, but they will fill your stomach when you need it. Yeah, Chili Mac is the best. Nickel Jack says. I have to agree. I think that one's a pretty damn good one.
Yeah, that was always solid.
Yeah.
The old one they actually got rid of that was actually really decent was ham slice. It's just a big chunk of Spam. Which,
Locked containers reset at midnight, by the way. So
well, right. But what I'm saying is back to the MRE
yeah,
thing.
to the MRE thing. Just want to point that out.
Oh, no, I remember that. Because it's, the people going to bed. But if you got the ham slice and you took out the crackers, you could make kind of a ghetto sandwich with it. Especially if you got the cheese spread.
Yeah, Thrillhouse says, I was partial to the jalapeno cheese and bread myself. I am so glad that I never experienced an MRE where he says, no, you'd be surprised. There's some really good ones. We had a Russian MRE, and it's spectacular.
Yeah, the
was-
Kotlet, or Kotlet, or Koitlet, or however
It
you
was
say
decadent, as Steve MRE would say.
It was actually really good. That
Yes.
and the, what was it, mashed potato and bacon and onions? Oh
yeah,
my God.
the
that was
pâtés
good.
were just
It was,
on point.
yeah. It was really tasty all the way through.
I never had to eat MREs. I eat ship's food on the carrier, never eat midnight rations. Yeah. I only had to do rations at my duty station once. That was because they had they were doing something to the mess hall that evening, so everyone had rations issued. Well, everybody who was not, apparently fucking dollar bill rich enough to leave base. I was low rank, guys, so I really didn't have that much money. I was like, fuck yeah, I got my Mountain Dew in my Hot Pockets. Guard duty's gonna be great. The researchers attributed this to the MRE's lack of good bacteria found in sort of fresh foods, such as fruit or yogurt, that helps bowels process food. Okay.
I've been seriously hurt, sir. Please help me.
Barbecue rice and meatballs. I don't think I've had that one. That sounds nice. My department college did development work with Natrix Food Labs on MRE packaging. We'd have a case after case of MRE crackers and cheese spread in the computer lab. Oh, okay, that's cool.
I've been seriously hurt, sir. Please help me.
Hey, Thrillhouse, man, that's I can understand, man. He says, I remember being out near the Syrian-Iraq border and living on MREs for months at a time. Sad times for the son of a bitch who had to burn the shitter barrels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Spoken with many a man who is talking with poor regard to that experience. Hello, Ristici. You want some metal?
You want a big old sheet of metal? He just ripped siding off the side of a house. I told Tex this, but I've seen that happen.
What? Oh, yeah.
In Cleveland, I was sitting in my house, and I hear this, like, pulling, like, the sound of scraping coming from... Our houses are really close together. The only thing that separates us is a driveway. So any noise made in that driveway, just, you can hear it in your house. So this guy I just heard this big scraping noise. I go outside, this guy's just ripping siding off my neighbor's house and putting it in his cart, like whole house siding. And I'm like, hey man, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, oh hey, I just noticed it was loose, man. I was just trying to move. And you're just saying it as he's walking away with this shopping cart filled with loose metal. I was like, what the fuck? I told my neighbor what happened, and he was not happy, to say the least.
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Also, my neighbor, that house was rented out, so the neighbor who, he didn't really have to pay for it or anything, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Cleveland!
They wanted plastics that could ditch the foil so you could microwave the MREs, which sounds pretty sad.
Oof.
Yeah. Worst we had was cod gravy thing that tastes like rancid mashed potatoes. Yikes.
That sounds horrible.
As a medic, I hated field sanitation duty more than anything else I did. That's Paul Houston.
Well, thank you for your service, sir.
Hey man, scrap metal money can buy you the good meth. Yeah. That's what I'm assuming they were doing with it. I don't know. I mean... It's hard to tell. Cleveland's a weird place. This was when I was... let's see. That was 2008. Yes.
Oh dear. I have picked Ristici's collection of things. However, because he is not asleep yet...
Oh, Psyduck actually has something to say about that story. He says, hey, There's no siding with Cleveland in that story.
Oh, isn't that funny?
Yep, that's really hilarious, Psyduck. That was really, really fun. Let me see here. Psyduck and ban. No, I'm kidding. No idea, but the one time I ate a Navy CDF, it beat anything like I've ever had an AFDFAC DFAC. And when I TDY'd at an Army base, the Chow Hall didn't even bother to fully cook the food. At good old Fort Lee. Yeah. Yeah. I never had that problem with the Chow Halls that I've experienced, though. All of them were pretty much the same. But does Cleveland actually rock, or is it just kind of a great city sliding into poverty and sadness?
That's a good question.
It's a city that likes to put out the appearance that is one of sliding into poverty and sadness. However, it is a city with a lot of rich people living in it, trying to hide from society. There are a lot of people who have money in Cleveland. They do their best to keep themselves hidden and keep the property prices down. There is an entire neighborhood in Cleveland that is got its own police force. And if you are not on the list, you cannot move into that neighborhood. There are mansions there. It is a weird, weird city.
Sorry, I'm robbing everyone.
No, that's perfectly fine. I actually got stopped by the police several times riding my bike just near those houses. Being on the sidewalk, which is legal. So what you're saying is Cleveland lives outside of the established society. They just like to pretend like they have not. They like to perpetuate that whole like mistake on the lake thing. It's just their thing. Because property prices are super low in Cleveland, so they're making a killing. One of the best hospitals in the United States is in Cleveland, believe it or not. But you wouldn't know that unless you're like an Arabian prince. Yeah, well, your whole inventory is completely full now.
Mm-hmm.
You've did it. The Drew Carey show was set in Cleveland. Can it actually really be that bad? Drew Carey show was like late 90s, early 2000s, so it's a different time. Mike, Cleveland is a rock being smashed upside your head.
Cleveland rocks.
I see. Here, you get this one for that.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, Wotan pointed out, I'm surprised you didn't take what looked like a shotgun. You might have missed it. That's fine.
No, I didn't. It's not that great compared to my pistol and my high dex.
Which, if you were to change some things in the game, that would be one of them. Shotguns would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Are you starting to feel sleepy?
Yeah, I am.
I can understand. It's been one of those days, man.
It has. So what do you say we end the stream here after me robbing things and fucking with the sewers?
All right. So what's coming up next on the Arcanum stream?
Well, next we're going to have to actually follow up the course of the ring to find out who the fuck Gilbert Bates is. And then we're going to have to go down into the sewers and kill a few more things.
So
and
more
also,
sewers and also rich foppy guy.
Yeah.
I'm admitted ignorant to how the stats work in this game. I assumed one-handed firearms would be affected by dex.
Yeah, it's all dex, but perception is about landing hits, so it's kind of a balance.
Yeah, the stats in this game are, they can be really easily manipulated to make your character pretty broken, but there are some pitfalls to them as well.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, oh, look at that. You're almost an expert in fire, or you are an expert in fire. You almost maxed out your firearms.
Yep.
And pick locks, and soon you'll be You're 100 years old.
Well, I'm a dwarf.
All right. Well then, let me just back up here to the couch camera. Well, that's the end of tonight's stream. We'll be back again. Hopefully, I keep saying that. I keep saying we'll be back, and then we don't stream because we're tired.
Yeah,
we're
I
old.
mean, we end up having things happen, and
Yeah.
we're like, oh man, we're working on other stuff, and it gets tiresome, and blah blah
Yeah,
blah,
yeah, yeah.
and then
Diablo.
you guys understand.
Yeah, Diablo is an option. We'll figure something out. I have a bunch of VR games that I've been meaning to play. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, chatting with us, and just having a nice, wonderful Monday evening with us before we all hit the sack. So yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday with something. You'll see. Oh, there it is.
Boom!
Might be a werewolf is now following. Well,
What is it? What? Oh.
Well, they might be a werewolf.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They might be. It depends.
That's fine.
It's okay. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. And yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday with something new or old. Anyway, take care and have a good night. See you later.
Nice.